Hey, Zach92 here, back with another Movie Memories Monday. Should be number 88. Um, Getting closer and closer to the 100 mark, like always. So, this movie is, I think, about like 50-50 liked. Some people like it, some people despise it. Honestly, I thought it was decent. So, it's going to be for TMNT. I think this came out in 2007? Yeah, 2007. Um, Now, this movie, I also had the Blu ray version, so that's kind of why I have this one here. Comes with the multi pack of the first three films. And but this movie is really good. You can buy for like $4 on DVD, and this collection for about 15 to $20 max. But this movie is honestly decent. I think the animation is really well done. The turtles look a little bit too similar. They do have some differences though. Um, the story, let's see, it says, see, they're back and they're ready to kick some. Well, they say shell. Um, it's let's see. It's the year of the turtle, as everyone's favorite hard-shelled heroes finally meet their match when an army of old foes and ancient monsters, under the command of a mysterious tycoon, threatens New York. Let's see. Patrick Stewart, Sarah Michelle, Michelle Geller. I have no idea. And Lawrence Fishburne lend their voices to this powerful, action-packed thrill ride. Pretty much, the turtles come across this one guy who's like thousands of years old because he fought in this some type of war and he got cursed. So he's pretty much for eternity roaming the earth. I believe at first he was semi-hero, semi-villain, like an anti-hero kind of. And then later on, when he met April O'Neil, he settled down and in a way just kind of wanted to help, but didn't turn out the way he wanted. So he became fully good towards the end and kind of, spoiler alert, sacrifices himself. He to defeat them once and for all, to send these monsters that he sent into the world to go back to their world that they live in. And in doing so, his body kind of like turns into like this weird sparkles and just kind of dust or whatever, and flies up. And then Mikey catches it in his nose and kind of sneezes him out. It was hilarious. And I believe Splinter was voiced by the guy who does Iroh in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's a decent fit. I mean, he is a good voice actor. I think he was really good as Iroh because he was a cool character. Um, Not my favorite voice, but decent. Still can be worse than TMNT 3's version of his voice, which isn't awful, I guess. But anyway, this movie is pretty much the turtles were separated in the beginning of the movie. Leonardo was kind of forced himself to become a better leader by going solo for a while across the world into like this jungle, saving some people and funny enough, meeting April by accident. And pretty much April was trying to find Leo to bring him back to the other turtles because since Shredder was taken out, there's really not much for them to do. So Donnie becomes like a what's the word? Like things like a tech assistant in a way, or assistance, I should say. Like when people need help, they can call for him for technical support. And Mike becomes funny. It fits with this character a lot. Pretty much, he purchases this fake turtle's head and puts it on his head and puts this fake zipper on his shell to make it look like he's wearing a costume and does kids parties. And then Raphael is still wanting to be a hero, but in a way kind of stealing Batman's thing by going into like an actual suit and becoming more of a vigilante, taking out some standard thugs and all that kind of stuff because he wants to do something more to help people than just doing nothing. And Leo and Raph have like this big argument throughout the movie. And they obviously, all the turtles come back to being close again. The action was really well done. The animation, honestly, is not that bad. I actually think this design of the turtles were really decent. Trust me, nothing can ever beat Rise of the TMNT being as the worst version of the turtles. By far. As a turtle fan, I despise that turtles. This one, in my opinion, is much better. Good animation. They actually have a video game tie-in, and I do have it somewhere on my shelf. It's really good, actually. I remember playing it a lot when I was younger, and it was fun. It was really fun. Let's see, try to remember what else. I don't think they really even said how they defeated Shredder, but if I'm correct, I've heard people say that this is supposed to connect to the first 3 TMNT films, which growing up I didn't know that. So I mean, I know they kind of referenced it a lot. Some of the gear on their shelves in the sewers are from the films, so I'm not too surprised, I guess, if they were canonically the same. But really good movie. I think it's honestly really good. If you haven't seen it, you can get it for so cheap. I think it's a decent film. I mean, most people say it's probably better than the 2014 Turtles, which honestly aren't too bad. Um, just this movie, I think it's honestly not bad. If they can take another take at this, but not with the ancient villains, but the designs of the turtles, and just make it a more original story, I think that'd be better. But tell me what you think about this video. What do you think about TMNT, the movie? If you remember seeing it, what are your thoughts on it, and which version of the video game do you have? I think it's released on PS2, the 360, and the PS2. No, I said PS2. PS2, Game Boy Advance, and Xbox 360. I think it's also on PC. I don't think it's on GameCube. But see you guys next time, and God bless.